Hello everyone, this is the RC time constant experiment. So we're going to measure the charging and discharging of this capacitor. So the capacitor is polarized, and if you look at it, there is the arrow here. The direction of the arrow, right end, that's negative side, left side it's a positive end. So I'm going to use this voltmeter to check what's the voltage across the capacitor and whether there is any charge in the capacitor. So the voltmeter today I used maximum 20 volt positive end here because there is a V sign here. This is the positive end and negative end. So now I have the voltmeter across the capacitor, and the voltage across the capacitor is 0.16 volt, and that means that there are some charge in the stored in the capacitor. And because I want to charge the capacitor starting with zero charge, 0 volt, so I'm going to use a wire to short. Now look at the voltage, because now it's 0 because I basically use this wire to connect the positive and negative side of the capacitor, and there is no charge in the capacitor now. This is the circuit we're going to use. This is the battery positive end. This is the resistor box, so you can try different value of resistance. Today we will use 80,000. So I'll start with 40,000 plus 30,000 plus 10,000. So I chose 3 of them. This total is 80,000. And then this is the positive side of the capacitor and negative side capacitor, and come back to the switch here. So if I put the switch at this position, and then this is the charging. So the battery, resistor, capacitor is connected in series. Now if I use the right side of the switch and the battery is disconnected, so in my circuit I have the capacitor and the resistor, so this will be the discharging circuit, and this voltmeter is placed across the capacitor to measure the voltage across the capacitor. Okay, let's start. At t equal to 0, the voltage across the capacitor is 0. So next I'm going to close the circuit to charge the capacitor. Now let's look at that. Oh, I should start here. So you see the voltage across the capacitor is increasing. So next I'm going to record the data, record the voltage every 10 seconds. Next, I'm going to record the discharging of the circuit. So I'm going to put the switch to the right side, so the battery is disconnected from the circuit. So only resistor and capacitor is connected in series. So let's start. Okay, this is T equal to 0. My initial voltage 5.5 volt. Next, I want to use DMM to check the actual resistance. So first I switch it to ohmmeter. This is about 80,000, so it's better to use the maximum 200 kilo ohm. So for resistance, the ohmmeter, this is the positive side and this is the negative side. So let's check. Originally I chose this is 40,000. 30,000 and 10,000, so together should be 80,000. And actually for resistor is not polarized, it doesn't matter which side. Now let's see. That's pretty close. This is 79.6 kilo ohm. This is my resistance.